Why do you have the bird?
Say it again.
Why do you?
I catch you when she come
Let me have the bird.
But yeah.
I have the bird. I have the bird.
You gotta be thicker.
I know how to hold the bird. Let go of the bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to show the?
No, the bird is not your bird. Let's take you in for you where you belong. I know you're scared. I don't know what he was doing with you. He takes you away from them. Make sure you can fly okay and let you go. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone here. You probably do too. This is a young seagull. It still has juvenile plumage on its head.
What was he about to do with that bird? Man, quit messing with them seagulls. Yo, what's up all you good people out there, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, in this video, we're gonna kick back and watch some TikToks that just might make you rethink reality. Now, fair warning, some of these TikToks might leave you sitting back in your chair like, whoa, what in the world?
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's first and only Nipsey Hussle wax figure.
Gotta be the realest looking wax figure I've ever seen. Almost looks too real. But nah, wax figures creep me out. I watched House of Wax back when I was a kid and I ain't been the same ever since.
That weird time a tech executive said we're in the Matrix and mysteriously passed away. It's all a game, it's a thought experiment. We're in the Matrix. Were the last words of Aaron Valenti, pictured here, who was in California to attend a seminar. On the night of October 7th, 2019, after having a dinner with a friend, things took a strange turn when she called her mother to let her know that she was headed back to the airport. After not being able to find her car very briefly, she eventually found it. She was on the phone with her mom still and began panicking as she had just filled up her gas tank and just 10 minutes later it was mysteriously empty. Her mom stayed on the phone with her for a few hours and at one point telling them, "It's all a game, it's a thought experiment, we're in the Matrix." Then, mysteriously, nothing. Her body would be found in the backseat of her car in a suburb 5 days later. Oddly, there was no signs of struggle, nothing in her system, no sign of self-delete. So my question is, what did she find out at this seminar in California? Why would she say we're in a Matrix? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
About the idea that rich older people might be using the blood of younger people to slow aging. This sounds crazy, but the idea has been around since the 1700s, and recent mouse studies have suggested that there might be something to it. The mouse studies have actually shown that mice infused with the blood of younger mice live longer and show signs of being healthier. This whole concept, of course, brings to mind dystopian scenarios in which young, poor people are bred to give their blood to older, rich people. There are a variety of risks, including disease transmission and the possibility that we could get the dosages wrong, which experts worry could actually be fatal. There's a good chance that in the coming years, scientists will figure out which proteins could actually benefit us and create an actual infusible medication. And in the meantime, the rest of us would be wise to sit back and wait.
I don't think any of us out here want young people's blood so we can stay young. Big boy wasn't trying to cause any harm. He just wanted to cool off. I don't blame him. This past summer was a hot one.
Oh, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently there's a startup company. It's called Buy Sunlight.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's real. 100%
It is real?
It's very real.
If it's dark outside, you can literally purchase sunlight, and what it does, it gives you a map, and then you click where your house is, or you can do a friend's house, and a satellite pivots to where it imitates the sun.
Yeah.
And you can literally purchase for your house to get direct sunlight at night.
The first people that purchase it, you're going to have 30 minutes or something, and it's like 5 kilometers. So it's like not just your house.
Oh, you're affecting
also
everyone.
Like
yeah.
like at 3 a.m., you could literally just have like full on sunlight and just prank your neighbors or something.
What are some
It's weird.
circumstances in which you would want to do that outside of pranking your buddy?
I want them to do the opposite. It's like 5 o'clock after work, and I want to go to bed early, but I also want to have people over for a fire. It's like, just turn the light off.
What if they can't control the magnitude of the sun reflection, and
Which
it's like
dies.
ants with a magnifying glass, like literally lights us on fire?
Just gone.
At this point, that wasn't even a glitch. That was straight up manifestation. That was manifestation at its finest. Like, what demonic spirit is that? That was actually very creepy. Like, that was like unsettling at next level unsettling. You can't tell me anything. Like, that lady is dabbling, has been messing with these demonic spirits. But that's the thing about these spirits. They use these bodies as vessels, because these celebrities and these people who open themselves up to those spirits in that world to reach a level of fame and fortune, they lose themselves. They have almost no control anymore sometimes, because the demon just manifests. It just shows up.
The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food, and every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. We don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us 2 things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what 2 things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down below. But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to kill off the viruses. That's exactly what the Earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
My man really brought out the whole watermelon and the cutting board just to make a TikTok in his car.
Isn't it weird how so many versions of you exist in people's minds? Some know you as the shy person who doesn't talk. Some see you as the annoying person who won't shut up. Some see you as cold and mean, and others find you caring and kind. The gist is that the person you think of as yourself exists only for you. Every person you meet, have a relationship with, or make eye contact with on the street creates a version of you. And there are 1,000 different versions of yourself out there in people's minds.
There is not 1,000 different versions of me out there. There's just me. I just wish I had one extra version of me that can go to work for me.
What would you see if you had no eyes? The short answer is nothing. You wouldn't see anything, not even black or darkness, literally nothing. But what does that mean? The ability to see would no longer be possible, so this question is sorta impossible to answer. But there are some analogies we can use that can help wrap our brains around it. One, for example, is like trying to see out of your elbow. Go, do it right now. Or try looking out of the back of your head. You just can't. Another one is picture what you were seeing before you were born. Not exactly helpful, but I've got a better one for you. Even people that have been blind from birth or born with no eyes can't really fully answer it either. How can you ask them, what do you see, if they have no concept of what the experience of seeing is even like? Some people who lose their vision later on in life do claim to see darkness just because they have first-hand experience of what seeing feels like. Other than sight, we have 4 other basic senses: touch, hearing, smell, and taste. Now imagine some alien species has a 6th sense called, I don't know, glurking, which they did out of like an antenna or something. That alien asks you, so what do you even glurk if you don't have an antenna? You can't answer that question because you don't even know what the sensation of glurking feels like. This entire question is a mind game, similar to trying to visualize infinity. The best way to try to simulate it yourself is to close just one eye and look away from the closed eye. You don't really fully see darkness until you close both eyes, so while doing this, try to focus on what the closed eye is seeing. Your open eye is hogging all of your brain's seeing processing power, and your closed eye just kind of doesn't see at all. I mean, if you're stubborn and try really hard, you might be able to convince yourself that your closed eye is actually seeing darkness.
Sabrina Carpenter at the VMAs. This year the VMAs was all about aliens. And they even said that this could be a hint toward her new single and album that's dropping.
Hey, so did you guys watch the VMAs? I didn't watch the VMAs, but I did see stuff on my phone from YouTube of Sabrina Carpenter. Why is she kissing an alien?
Well, that's a great question, fake Britney. And here we have you on Mars talking about some oops, I did it again. And does it feel like everybody's paying tribute to Britney here lately? Got Megan Thee Stallion doing a tribute. Got Blake Lively out here wearing a Britney dress. Yeah. Does anybody else feel like we're fixing to get ready to see some shit real soon? Then you got her with Oops, I Did It Again, which was from the Mars video of Britney Spears playing in her background.
Sabrina Carpenter leaving quite an impression for the MTV Video Music Awards crowd.
And yes, this is supposed to be Britney's foot. Is it just me, or does she have very different toes? Anyway, moving on. Do you see what I see? I feel like all of these people know something about her that we don't know. And you know, I wish I could find the video, but somebody said that they thought that she got abducted by aliens. And who else thinks that aliens are actually just demons?
I haven't watched the VMAs since like 2011, but doesn't look like I'm missing out on much. A bunch of weird rich people accepting awards for talents they don't even truly possess.
Alright, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it looks like really like orange and red. It's from all the fires going around in the IE. We don't normally have fires like that, but now we do. You see the sun, it looks like bright red. Damn, the way I'm looking at it, it looks like a ball of fire. It's crazy. But everything looks like orange, like reddish. Sheesh.
Ages 0 to 35. This is our ego consciousness. These are the circumstances that we're born into. This is our worldly, earthly experience. We're just going through life and trying to figure things out. Around the age of 35, we step into our 7-year spiritual awakening cycle. This is what you really came here to do. So between the ages of 35 to 42, there is a big struggle between the ego and the soul. The ego wants to do what it's always done, and the soul says, well, it's now my turn. I want to, do what I came here to do. And so this is where, with my clients, I see very tumultuous 7 years, essentially. This is where we see marriages, divorces, career change, health issues. They're feeling unfulfilled. The less resistant we are to the soul's desires, the easier life is. But the more resistant we are, the more challenging it is, right? So this is where for some people, they're like, you know what? I'm going to do what my soul wants. They sort of follow their heart. And so life just seems a little bit easier for them. And this is where we see some people clutching onto their past, like they're just shaking. They're not going to let it go. They're white knuckling it. And then life's going to come in and try to move them.
Out. Oh, he's back. He's not feeling so well. Oh wait, I got to push start. Oh, I missed all that. Oh my God, Mom! I hope you got it. Oh.
Everything you know is wrong?
Dude, that whole thing.
Whoa,
I thought
what
I was
the
on
fuck?
record and I wasn't. Did you record that? So disappointing.
Yo, are you guys not seeing this?
No, I was seeing it and I thought I was recording it the whole
No,
time.
are you not
but
seeing?
I wasn't. Steven, I want to.
That's crazy, bro. It's right in front of our faces, bro.
Listen, this food recall is absolutely terrifying. And it's not like they recalling shit like Doritos and candy corn. They're recalling the foods that we eat every day. Bananas, milk, coffee, cinnamon, ham, eggs, almond milk, cheese, chicken breasts, even waffles. And I'm a waffle crackhead, so that really got me tearing up. And it's not just from one store. It's Publix, Walmart, Sam's Club, Kroger's, Target. And all of these foods are on recall for different fucking reasons. You got mold in this food, glass in this food, plastic in this food, salmonella in this food. Well, what the fuck? I'm about to just mix my protein powder with some sweet and sour sauce and call it a fucking day. At this point, the junk food that we definitely not supposed to eat might be more healthy than the shit we actually supposed to eat because it's on recall. People are dying because of this. It's not like, oh, they ate a slice of bologna and now they got a cold. No, they're dying. Watch, they gonna recall water next. At this point, so much shit is on recall, we just gonna have to be on some Hunger Games shit and do what we gotta do. Just eat the shit anyway and just pray to God and cross our fingers, because what the...
Depopulation has always been a part of their agenda. I mean, it's so true. Even the food that's supposed to be healthy for us is out here killing us. If you haven't noticed by now, people, they're trying to take us out. Man, that poor kid is never gonna forget that family vacation. Talk about traumatized for the rest of his life.
Check this thing out at night. Notice how the lights on the lens of the camera, like, look what they're doing. Obviously, you did not see that with the naked eye, but it's interesting on the camera, huh?
How many of us believe that this is the true representation of Friday the 13th? But what if I told you that it really isn't, and it's only because of patriarchy? In pagan times, Fridays were a day of celebration because 13 was a sacred number as it corresponded to yearly moon cycles, which tied to our menstrual cycles. It was considered the day of Freya and Venus, which, if you think about it, Friday came from Freya. And this was considered a day of the goddess and a worship day of the divine feminine. See, they want to put a stigma on Friday the 13th and the number 13 so we don't fully embrace our power. And this day is seen as unlucky to avoid, when in fact it's about reclaiming our power as goddesses. So, how are you going to celebrate Friday the 13th today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like and follow for more.
So if you a millennial and you grew up like as a 90s baby or late 80s, whatever it is, you know damn well that these times we in right now is trash compared to what we grew up experiencing. Like, shit is garbage. I ain't gonna lie, we all thought we was grown. But when you look back on that shit, bro, like, kids these days and how we was back then, that shit is nothing alike, nothing the same. As kids, bro, we was outside for real. Like, at the park, we was at house parties, going to the high school games. Like, nowadays, kids don't even pop outside like that. And if they is outside, they up to no good, bro. Kids is carrying Glocks and switches. Like, shit is different, bro. Real talk. Like, back in the G, we used to fight, bro. Like, these kids so scary now, bro, and so quick to shoot. Like, I don't know what's going on or what they feeding people. Shit is crazy. Like, millennials really was in the best time to be kids, bro. That shit was lit. That shit was fun. And now we look up and we adults, and it's the worst time to be an adult, bro. Like, with inflation and all this shit going on, damn, we got handed the wrong side of the cards, millennials. I ain't gonna lie.
I agree. Back when I was a kid, my friends and I used to be outside all day, every day. Riding bikes, hanging out at the park, rushing to get home before the street lights came on. Man, life was good before social media took over.
Idea. Look at this. I've never seen this before. Never. I know it's a great idea. I've never seen this before. Rochester, New York. Washing a window with a drum. Pretty sweet. How would you squeeze it? But yeah. That is pretty goddamn cool.
This is probably the creepiest thing that I've ever seen. What I'm about to show you, it's disturbing. It's been in our face, like, the whole time. You just have to be able to know how to put the puzzle together. Look at this. And let's face it, after seeing that, it's clearly demonic at every level. And it's just one of many puzzles using money. I'm really starting to see when they say money is the root of all evil.
I'm sure we all know by now, but nothing in this world is a coincidence. Once you have a spiritual awakening, you just can't unsee things.
Why are you tired? Because you have low blood oxygen. If you have anemia, you're tired all the time. If you have anemia, why can't you sleep? Because when you lay down to go to bed at night and you start to fall asleep and your respiration rate starts to fall, your blood oxygen starts to fall. As your blood oxygen falls and it gets to a certain level, your brain panics and wakes you up by pulsing cortisol. So if you look at somebody that's really exhausted during the day, when they sleep, they'll look like a bouncing rubber ball going down the hallway. And the reason why they look like a bouncing rubber ball and they can't get into a deep sleep is because their brain is trying to save their life and it is keeping them from a deep sleep. And often they'll go to their doctor and they'll take some really powerful sleep medication or a tranquilizing or a sedative. And they'll wake up the next morning and go, man, I hate taking Tylenol PM because it's, it's still in my system the next day. It's actually not in your system the next day. That drug's been out of your system for hours. You're feeling the effects of having suffocated for 6 hours because you blindfolded the brain from being able to see your level of blood oxygen so it didn't wake you up.
Yo, you know how I know, like, for sure, bro. You know how I know, bro, that they just messing with our heads, bro. Like, I'm speaking to the dudes, bro. Because it's like, bro, why do they put us in the craziest dreams? Like, I be in a dream where it's like I'm running from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at full stamina, bro. Like, going crazy, bro. I'm doing some John Wick type ish too, though. But, like, I be getting away. Then I got my little sister in the dream with me, bro. In her baby stage. Like, bro, what? Why would you do? That's evil. And then they had you in a full war, bro. World War IV, 5. No, it'd be World War II or something with the zombies. And you got a pistol with 5 bullets. Like, bro, like, why would you put me in a dream like this? And then you wake up and you get cussed out by your shorty because she like, you was shaking in your dream. Like, bitch, I just survived Chucky, bro.
Man, I can relate. I'll have the most vivid dreams some nights. I wake up at 3 a.m. so confused, like, what was that?
Cody. What you doing? Hi. Are you getting ready to fly? Yes, you're beautiful, aren't you? What's over the field? They just harvested. Where's your head gone? Where's your head gone? Where's your head gone? Good boy. You beautiful boy in the sunshine. Beautiful boy in the sunshine. Yeah, it's a beautiful boy.
For those of you who haven't heard this already, there is a $75,000 bonus if you sign up for the military and you're a senior. This is legit. I looked it up. Kind of crazy that they're actually doing this, but it's paid 33% after you finish boot camp, and then it's paid another 33% after you finish your schooling, and then the final portion comes at the last when you get your certificate for whatever job title you're going to get, or whoever they do that. But yeah, they're paying $75,000 bonus as a senior to join the military, which is kind of crazy. But I guess with the numbers of the military way down, they're trying to entice people to come back. I guess I would never do that, just because the administration that's there and the projection they're showing is for sure we're going to have some kind of conflict. And to me, it's not about being proud and being defending my country. If the administration is wrong, the administration is wrong.
He's got to be talking about seniors in high school. No way they think the older generation's going to get out and fight a war for $75K. They are way too wise for that. Maybe $750K if they're lucky.
When these Olympic towns have the Olympics, obviously they build all of this infrastructure. And what we're told is that's kind of what they did back in the day when they used to have those old world fairs. It's like in Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco, St. Louis. When you see those crazy old pictures of like, whoa, did they really do that? And then they tell us those things were all temporary structures. You know, what's funny though, is when they build these structures for the Olympics, they're not temporary. You guys know that, right? Go over to like Mount Placid. Mount Placid had a famous Winter Olympics. It was, I guess that was like 1980. All the stuff's still there. They didn't demo it all. So the idea that back in the 1800s, early 1900s, they built all that crazy World Fair stuff. So in Philadelphia in, I think it was 1867, they had a World Fair. They built the biggest building in the whole world and then demoed it. And then in 1893, Chicago had the Columbia exhibition and they built the biggest building in the world there too. And they demoed that one too. What? Seriously?
Remember that one boy?
Now listen to this. I have to tell you this. Okay. So after I left the party, and the next day I smoked weed with Michael, and then I get in the limousine and I leave. I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal, over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room, and my mom's there, and she's like, "Tell them what happened." And I'm like, "What do you mean, tell them what happened?" And I sit down with them, and they all ask these super sexually exploited, you know, questions, back-sided questions, and I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them, and I said, "Are y'all crazy?" I said, "What you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money?" That's what I told him. I was like, "You're and I looked over at my mom, and I was like, "Are you serious, Mom?" I was like, "What is going on here? Why are you letting this happen?" And she goes, well, I think something happened, you know, I think something. I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving, everything you could think of. We rode 4-wheelers for 5 hours, me, him, and Chris Tucker in the mountains at nighttime after his birthday party. Him and I hung out and talked pretty much all night. Got a couple hours of sleep. I wake up, he's not even in the room. He pulled out a cot for me in his room because I asked him, I was like, "I want to hang out with you. I want to be around." You know, it was Michael. Yeah. You know, I wanted to hang out with him. I wanted to hang out with Michael. He pulled out a little cot or something. I laid on the cot. I wake up in the morning. His bed's made. There's a cleaning lady that wakes me up. I keep asking, "Where's Michael?" I go over. He's got this huge statue figurine that Michael Jordan sent him for his birthday because he collected that stuff. Went and smoked some with him, get in the car, and then all this shit happened when I got back to LA, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, I looked at my mom, I go, "Are you really trying to go at Michael and use me for a money grab?"
I love the fact even at that young of an age, he was smart enough to call his mom out for it. I think Michael Jackson just wanted to give kids the childhood he never had, and people took advantage of it. Now, the only thing I do have a problem with is you shouldn't be smoking marijuana with kids, that's for sure.
If in 2024 you still don't recognize that your biggest ops are the government and the churches, then you are cooked. You are cooked, bro. These are 2 institutions, 2 massive corporations, might I add, that you are supposed to trust at the utmost. They are supposed to be the standard of truth. And the cold, hard fact is that both of them have lied to you. Just so we're clear, that's not debatable. That is a cold hard fact, meaning we can point to empirical evidence that shows you they've lied to you. You can literally go to their websites and they'll tell you they've lied to you. And for me personally, if you are meant to be the standard of truth and you lie to me one time, you're out of there. Yet, because we've deified these institutions of corporations, we allow them to act out and forgive them over and over and over again. And I don't get fucking why. And I'm gonna take it even a step further and say that if you believe that there are good guys in the entertainment industry, there are good guys in the church institution, there are good guys in the government, that there are evil and good there's both sides, you're cooked. There is only evil and evil collaborators. That's it, that's all. And again, I want to be clear in saying that I am not mad at the individual players. I am mad at the institution, the system that afflicts us, not the rapper, the institution of rapping, the entertainment industry as a whole, the people who are the puppeteers. And my thing is like, bro, how are you not? You either haven't done the work to go find out what's really going on here, to recognize we are quite literally in hell, or you are so deeply entrenched into the indoctrination of these systems that you are afraid to believe that we are in hell. But in case nobody has told you, we are in hell. Evil has dominion here. That is the facts. The worldly governors, they are the princes of darkness.
Not every single person in the industry is an enemy. Just like every industry, you got the good ones and you got the bad ones. You see, there's a right way of going about it, and then there's the wrong way. I don't feel like you should down people for not being aware.
No, it was a Crowley ritual, and it was connected to the Boleskine house, other doorway that he didn't bother to close. But the
one in Loch Ness?
Yeah, he didn't close it. He couldn't close it.
Or did he not close it, or did he couldn't close it?
He couldn't close it. It was too much for him. He couldn't. Dialed in all these lower fourth dimensional beings that are here now.
And I didn't want to take part in that, so I stood well back.
I mean, because these things are. We're talking about the Goetia demons, the high Goetia demons that were locked away for a long time. And
why are they called a high Goetia demon?
Well, you know, in the 72 Goetia demons are ranked sort of similar to our aristocracy here. They have dukes and princes and kings and like that. And Crowley wanted to release them here, and the Natural released a lot of them like that, because they want to create hell on earth. They want to create, well, hell is not the word they use, but they want to create the lower fourth into 3D here, because they like that.
You know, back when I first started watching these types of videos, I used to think Max Spears was full of it, but honestly, nowadays, I'm really starting to believe every word he said. Alright folks, that shall be a wrap for this one. And as always, really hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode. Before you roll out, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. To all the people that always come through and show that love and support, just know I really appreciate you. Alright my good people, take care out there, and I'll see you all in the next episode.